Alright, folks, we're back and ready for person number 8 to join the queue. Oh, it looks like somebody probably just joined because the number went down and then back up, so I imagine we're going to be firing here momentarily. Oh, and then down again. Maybe it's just totally irrelevant. Someone's like hopping in and then hopping out. What is this? Oh, they're experiencing the bug where you can't join. That's what it is. Okay. Well, into another draft we go. Let's first things first. Let's see who's in here with us. Buppin is in the pod, and Clemsy, who I've played before, somewhat familiar with. Riot Patrice. Starting to feel like there are only so many people on Moto, and I've at some point I kind of know all of them. I like Hypnotic Sprite. I like Fierce Witch Stalker. I like Reeve Soul. So really just a question of which one I'd rather start a draft off with here. I think there's a reasonable chance. Oh yeah, did you try restarting Moto, Tim? Because that helped for me. Fierce Witch Stalker might be the best card in the pack. Totem Silence, welcome to the stream. What packs can we get in this Chaos draft? I can pull up a list for you in a second, but they're supposed to be artifact themed, though it's pretty loose. I think I want to take Reeve Soul here, even though I do think Fierce Witch Stalker is better. Interaction is just premium. You can trade at a mana advantage with this, and there's only one colored pip, so you can splash it. Yeah, okay, no worries. Ooh, and I was going to say rewarded with a Night's Whisper, but as good as this card is, I probably just have to take Volshock Sorcerer. This is a broken magic card. But Cranial Plating, if I actually endorsed that this was Artifact Chaos, I would probably just take the Cranial Plating, but I don't really believe them when they say that. These cards are both super sick, though. I'm not exactly happy to be passing either of these. I would love to get all three, but we'll take the Pinger. Pingers are just broken. This is kind of an interesting pick. So there's Putrid Leech, which is an insane card if you're not splashing it. Just 2 mana 4/4 effectively a lot of the time. Soul Manip and Intimidation Bolt are both very good, and they can be splashed. I don't know what's going on with my words today. I'm having a hard time pronouncing things. John Sojourners, this card's fine, and it's effectively monocolored. We can try to wheel this. I think it makes the most sense to take Soul Manip. Like, as good as Intimidation Bolt is, it is just 3 damage to a creature, whereas Soul Manip, you can do some pretty sick things with this card. Counter something and raise dead something. It's just a lot of value involved. There's Implement of Examination. This card's okay, but it's on the slower side. I kind of want to take, like, Ether Herder. People don't generally like this card. In fact, there's someone, at least one person in my Discord, who really does not like the Ether Herder. But it's not super far away from just 4 mana for a 3/3 and a 1/1, which is a totally solid deal. Note that I'm not feeling committed to anything I have here yet. Nothing is so powerful that it's like, oh yes, I have to play this or whatever. Leave in the Dust is also good. Nice interactive card. But I don't think it's... Yeah, I just don't think it's the pick here. I don't really know how to articulate why. This thing is mostly a bear, though I have gotten a servo a time or two with it recently. Defiant Salvager is okay too, but we'll just take the Herder. See where the picks take us. Alright. And... Okay. So some more mediocre cards in this one. Devoted Paladin I actually think is quite nice. This card was really good for me before. I think Null Hunter is probably pretty good too. There's also Precipitous Drop. Manticore is a bit on the weaker side. I could take the drop and it pairs with my Reeve Soul and my Soul Manip, but I think I would rather take like Null Hunter. We just picked up a green card. This is a 2-drop that is actually a lot better than a bear. You just attack with something else that's big and suddenly it's a 3/3. Or, you know, maybe it's already a 3/3 and then it gets bigger. Devoted Paladin is very good. I had this card multiple times with tappers, or that effect at least multiple times with tappers, so attacking with your Vigilant Tappers is a pretty sweet thing to be able to do. There's like nothing really going on here. I can take a Quicksilver Geyser. This can be my bounce spell of choice now. Otherwise there's just like Silver Skin Armor. This card's okay, but it's a little bit overcosted. If it were 2 to play and 1 to equip, I'd be more excited about this. Koth's career is not very exciting, but the Geyser, you can get some blowouts with this, so sure. So pretty much the one thing we don't think we're doing at this point is playing white. But yeah, we can do pretty much anything else. And, okay, this pack, ooh, I actually like Grasping Shadows a lot. It's pretty slow, but I think it's pretty powerful. Giving something Death Touch and Lifelink is pretty nice. It's also an enchantment, so it's pretty hard to interact with. This thing's okay. It's mostly just a 2/2 flyer for 3. The Double Strike Explorer guy is also pretty good. Iron Paw Aspirant's pretty decent as well. I think it's okay to take Grasping Shadows here, though. Could end up maybe black-green. We could splash blue for Soul Manip, perhaps. Imagine if we wield the Putrid Leech. I mean, that should never happen, but Putrid Leech with a Null Hunter. Start growing this thing right away. These cards are all bad, so I guess I take Toxic Nim. This thing can be maybe obnoxious out of the sideboard. Just regenerating can be pretty good against some decks. But at the moment, yeah, no bombs, nothing crazy pulling me into one color over another here. Do think both of these cards are okay. This thing, Grasping Shadows with this is kind of funny, but probably not very good. I think I'd rather just take a 4/3, even if it's not a very good one. This thing, you get 2 cards back, but only if you have the Adamant, so I think that's pretty hard to do. So I'd rather just take a random Skull Knocker. None of these cards are very good. I think I would probably be least embarrassed to put Tyranax in my deck. I mean, Stand Firm is probably the best card in the pack, but again, just doesn't seem like I should be trying to venture into white. This is 6 mana though. I think I'll just take the Life Breather anyway. I don't know. Could have taken a white card. Okay, we do get a couple nice red-green cards here. Probably should just take Jaunt Sojourners, as this is effectively mono-red. Just 2 in a red to draw a card and deal damage, aka zap. Yeah. And some more random red stuff here at the end. Lathnu Sailback is totally fine. Drawback on Frontline Rebel can be pretty annoying some of the time though, so let's just take the Sailback. Might have wormed our way back into red here. And Shocking Grasp to this side. Well, I'll take it. It could end up in the main, technically. Still pretty flexible here. Ooh, and Runaway Boulder is not the worst. Not a card I want to main deck, but there are a lot of crazy bombs in this format that just require an answer, and something big like this can really help. Ooh. Is it now time to go into the one color I thought I wasn't playing? Probably yes. This thing is very powerful. Sunblast Angel. And I'm totally fine to just like throw away a pick, taking this, and then deciding that white isn't open after I passed so many white cards in pack 1. It's also just Perilous Mirror, which is very good, and fits into any deck. It's also a 2-drop. This would be a pretty reasonable pick. I think if I were committed to 2 colors other than white, then I would not take the Sunblast Angel, and I would just take Perilous Mirror, but given that I can still play white, I think, if we see enough powerful white cards, I think it's okay to take the Angel. There's also a tiny bit of added value in like pseudo-hate drafting, because there aren't a ton of people in this league, so there's a reasonable chance you just play someone from your pod right away. But that's not something that I think should really dictate your decisions very much of the time. Okay. Well, another thoroughly mediocre pack here. Darksteel Plate is good, but it's just very slow. Dross Ripper and Blight Widow are both okay. I kind of just want to make sure my curve isn't too high. Feels like I'm trying to decide here between green and black. I do think my black cards are better. I think Blight Widow is probably a little bit better than the Dross Ripper though. Kind of just want to take Dross Ripper anyway. I think red-black is probably a better deck than red-green. This could be a mistake. I mean, I don't know. It's pretty marginal, I guess. Just take the Dross Ripper, I think. Ooh, some nice black, red, gold cards, perhaps. Also, Panicked Altasaur, very good. Possibly should just be my pick. What does this do again? 4 mana. Each creature you control toughness greater than its power. Wait, so this is just a 4 mana 6/6. Maybe it doesn't work super well with Null Hunter, but 4 mana 6/6 and gives hexproof to my stuff on my turn? I don't think I'm allowed to take Panicked Altasaur over that. Why is there a 4 mana 6/6 here, third pick? Am I missing something? Okay, I'm just gonna take this thing. Maybe we splash it, I don't know. It's enormous. Unleash Shell is reasonable removal. It is a little on the expensive side, but red is also the color we're most likely to play. Still kind of trying to figure out whether we're supposed to be black or green. I think it might be okay to take this over the Blitz Automaton. And Clear Cutter's not that great. Let's take a look at the curve, though, to try to figure it out. This guy's just a 3/2 haste for 3 most of the time, which is good. Might be correct here. It probably is, actually, as much as I hate passing removal. Let's imagine after the last pick we're playing green. So this is kind of our deck. I guess I'll just take this guy. And how about just a 2-drop? Seems great. And I think this is a good one too. It enables attacks with other things. Yeah, this is actually a really nice 2-drop. Probably better than Null Hunter. And there's not much here in black. So yeah, I guess I'm playing Gruul. So I could have had a Perilous Mirror if I took that over the Sunblast Angel. And maybe I could have had the 2/4, the Blight Widow. Blight Widow is not a big loss, but the Perilous Mirror, that card is quite good. So hopefully we don't miss it too much. One of the weaknesses of a deck like this for sure is going to be lack of removal. It's just going to be really hard to get it. Like, note that there's a Mesmerizing Dose going around here. Just can't take it. Okay, Naya Sojourners, perhaps. Pretty good. Are we splashing anything with this? I don't think so. This for the Jund deck, I don't think that's a thing. We have no mana fixing, and it's just kind of a 3/4 haste. So let's see. Probably, I guess this deck would probably play Runaway Boulder because we have no other interaction. I could splash Reeve Soul if something weird happens, but I think we're just going to take another Sojourner here. It's not the worst. And maybe now just a Kenrith's transformation. Is this any good? It's probably okay. You have to enchant a creature, so it's really best with tokens. So maybe put this on like an Ether Herder token could be reasonable. Or we could take a Rosethorn Halberd. Kind of an expensive equipment. This thing draws a card, but it's a bit clunky. I don't have any humans, really. I mean, I guess I have Volshock Sorcerer, but that doesn't really attack anyway. I guess this guy's a human. Or no, that's an elf. Yeah, let's just take the Halberd, actually. And this is not a very good pack for me. I'm not too proud to take the Hovermere, though. It's just a 2-drop that can get some damage in the air. Can be nice with a Halberd on it, or perhaps Sojourner's pumping it up. Glistener Elf is just not really going to happen, and we're trying to be a little too proactive for the Shrine, I think. This thing is just too expensive. And I guess I can take the Heartstoker here. It's not a very good card, but it is okay. There's really nothing else that matters, I think. So just a pretty medium-looking red-green deck, but we do randomly have a 4-mana 6/6, so that's nice. Also, the Hovermere is better with the Tortoise, but almost everything else is worse. I mean, thankfully, the Tortoise only cares about your stuff with toughness greater than power, but still. We'll play a Mirren Metal in this deck, no complaints. This card's okay. What does this do? Top 4 cards. It's not very exciting. I think just a random bear is going to be the best option for us. We did just pass a dino, I think. This has to hit an art, or wait, no, this can hit anything. Yeah, this card's okay. Don't need Heavyweight Demolisher, I don't think. But I don't want to play this. It's a 4 mana trick. I already have enough cards that cost 4 mana. Sure. Okay. The worst card in my deck right now is probably the Heartstoker, so if possible we can try to avoid playing that. I do love a Healer's Headdress. I think I have to take it here, because there's really nothing else in the pack. Synod Centurion is just going to be not what I'm trying to do. This thing doesn't really require you to be in white either. I'm never hitting 9 mana and never going to have Wooburg either. Baton of Courage is okay, but not really necessary. Seems like a pretty easy headdress, all told. Do any of these cards feel good at all for any reason? I don't think any of these cards look appealing. Like, the card I'd be most excited to take is like Sky Swimmer Koi, probably, from this pack. So maybe just kind of a bad pack. I can take this Azusa's Many Journeys, which I probably just have to. It's a thing that flips into a 3/3, and it lets me play my 4-drops on turn 3, which seems like a big deal for this deck. This might be an 18-lander, by the way. All this other stuff, the enchantments are pretty replaceable. I feel the same way about Safekeeping, and I don't think we're getting there with Shrine Steward or anything, so sure. If this deck, I mean, this deck was significantly better than I thought, but if that deck can trophy, anything's possible. Okay, probably just taking a 3/3 for 3 here. Yeah, this seems great. I mean, again, removal would be better, but this is a 3-drop we're actually happy to put into our deck, unlike the Heartstoker. This thing requires too many mountains, and we don't really need the Maniacal Rage-esque thing here. We can try to wheel that. We're not going to hit monocolored stuff for the Steel Exemplar either, so sure. 3/3 for 3, it is. Ooh, Ether Chaser. I do love this card. Well, it's going to be tough with no removal, but good number of combat tricks, tiny bit of interaction, like we can kill some X1s between the Sorcerer and the Sojourners, and we do have some premium 2-drops. I think now it's probably Doorbuster. I do like Spontaneous Artist, but part of the reason I want to take this thing, well, removing your opponent's creatures from blocking is a little bit like card advantage, sort of, because you have a thing that's attacking and it's sort of removal on your turn at the same time. It's very efficient. Like, if you think about the Territorial Hammerskull, that kind of thing, it's just extremely powerful to have that ability with the right rate on a card. 4/2 for 4, not the most exciting rate ever, but with very little removal and stuff, pushing through blockers seems pretty nice, if possible. Hissing Iguanar is a card I like. And nothing else here, really. Sure. And Bastion Mastodon, just a 4/5 vanilla, perhaps. This, unfortunately, is not going to be an assembly worker, right? No. Yeah, we can just play this thing as a vanilla creature. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but not the most embarrassing either. Would obviously rather have like a Wayward Giant 4/5 Menace for 5 from that set. Okay. I think this is bad. I'm afraid that maybe all of these cards will be. We can probably end up taking the Blazing Crescendo. Yeah, this seems pretty bad. 2/2, yeah, I don't really like that either, so I guess it is the Crescendo for me here. Sure. And yeah, don't really wheel anything. There's the Baton. There's nothing there in the first place, though. This deck looks okay. We're going to need to draw really hot. Should probably take this, because it gives reach, and I have pretty poor game against flyers at the moment. Don't think it's worth taking Crackling Emergence. This might be better than something that's in my deck right now anyway, so sure. It's kind of just a gift of strength, +3/+3 in reach, and sometimes the aura can matter too. Okay, I think we could at least sideboard in this Mishra's Domination. Yeah, the Pendragon Strongbow is not very appealing to me. Late Leave in the Dust. I wonder if I was supposed to be in blue after all. And actually, Spontaneous Artist is good. I think it barely doesn't make the cut here. Maybe it's a little better than Skullknocker Ogre. Let's try to figure that out. There's also, I could just cut like Blazing Crescendo. So the Skullknocker, they discard a card at random and then draw a card. Like, presumably, if they just hold a land, you're kind of giving them a redraw. So I don't want to do this. I think I'd rather just play Spontaneous Artist. So we'll play this. I don't have high hopes for this deck, but it definitely, just being proactive and drawing well can definitely be a recipe for winning games. Like turn 3, 6/6 could be extremely powerful. So do we want to be heavier red or green? Let's try to get a better idea than this is giving me. This is red, this is green, this is also red, and these are all colorless. So we only have one fewer red card, and we do have one double red card. So I think we're actually supposed to go heavier red. Alright. Goodbye, Boros deck that somehow went 3060. Hello, Gruul deck that, I mean, if this one goes 3060, then anything's possible. Okay, yeah, we did get paired against somebody from the pod, so hopefully the Sunblast Angel pseudo hate draft will matter. This is a very, very awkward hand in terms of how expensive the cards are. Opponent's mulliganing on the draw. No reason to lead on one land or the other at this point, I don't think. So maybe, yeah, I mean, if I had taken Witchstalker and then Sorcerer, that definitely would have been a cleaner start to Gruul. And then here, there's not really a great card there for Gruul no matter what, I guess. Okay, thankfully we draw land, because if we didn't, I'd have to think about cycling the Runaway Boulder, which is really not what I want to be doing there. Okay, the Gruul Mirror. Wonder if my opponent took all the good cards. Do this and then send it in. And then hope that this is going to be really sick. I assume this is going to trade for whatever their thing is here. Oh, that was significantly better than ending up trading. We're actually just very far ahead right now. Okay, that's good. So I think I just offer the trade with the Rosethorn Halberd here. This is not a human. They kind of have to take it, and then they're at 8. And then next turn we have, yeah, take the trade, that is. Next turn we have the Runaway Boulder. So we kind of are just crushing somehow. Let's just see what they play here. Hopefully something... Oh. Okay, that's scary. What did they find, though? Oh, Chimney Rabble. That's very good. Ooh, Healer's Headdress, though. That's kind of perfect. We just give this guy +0/+2, and then they can't really block and trade, because if we equip here, then they would be able to. Because this only gives +1 toughness. Oh, wait. I forgot. The combo. This thing attacks for 5 now. It doesn't really... Actually, well, it does matter. Anyway. That's kind of sick. I was not thinking about that at all. Okay, take 5. Now just re-equip for fun, I guess. Dang. Well, apparently 4 mana 6/6 that turns Healer's Headdress into a like better Volshock Morningstar is quite powerful. Opponent has like some really nice cards though, to be sure, but they need to find something really good here off their Explorer. They're just dead. See what they find. Savage Hunger? Okay, I guess they die. They definitely have some scary cards, and I don't like my odds in the matchup. But I do like my opponent not being alive. Cool. Alright, come on, Gruul, Bedrock Tortoise, .deck. Don't really see a reason to change anything here, I don't think. Still want to go through this, though. Okay, so for Gruul in this pack, I guess we could have gotten like maybe Border Post or something and then wheeled Jund Sojourners. Colossal Might is good, too. Here we took Aether Herder and wheeled the Lathnu Sailback, which is pretty much ideal from my perspective. Null Hunter here. Could have taken Koth's Career. Card's not amazing. Oh, Dinotomaton. That card's decent. Yeah, basically that's just me saying I don't believe them, Yami Kuribo. Raging Redcap, actually, this could have mattered a lot. Here, actually Bloodshot Trainee would have been sick. Because I think we ended up with enough pump effects. Mirren Metal, Rosethorn Halberd. We could play random stuff like the Mishra's Domination, too. Even like Predation Steward and Favor. Yeah, this actually would have just been an amazing, amazing, amazing Bloodshot Trainee deck. Who cares about the Perilous Mirror? Well, we'll check that out later for blue and see what we passed in blue. This hand's a little on the weak side, but I will keep it. Unfortunately, the pinging effects are pretty much going to be at their worst versus Gruul, where there will be a lot of high toughness creatures, but pinging effects are still good. We just happen to have 2 of them. Okay, they're mulliganing again. What does this do again? Spits out some guys that get pinged. Okay. Sure. Wait, how does this work? Oh, only if Mirrex entered the battlefield. Okay. Well, they probably won't play any X1s until the sorcerer dies, unfortunately. Not going to reveal any information about my hand by showing them I hit double red. Yeah. I think it's a bit better to get the Hovermere going than to get the... Well, does that make any sense at all? It's mana inefficient, but... I mean, am I putting them on removal? Honestly, I think it's better to get the Sorcerer going, even though it does expose this to removal. It turns on John Sojourner's next turn to kill an X2 if they play a problematic one. And I do think the mana efficiency could be a big deal. Just going to play a 5/5 here, probably. Yep. Azusa's Many Journeys. Well, we're not playing any additional lands. I guess, what do I want to do here? I don't really have any great plays. I can double spell. Not convinced that's particularly good, though. I could play Spontaneous Artist, which is kind of just a 3/3. Doesn't do a whole lot. I think I want to get... I think I do want to double spell, get the Azusa's Many Journeys going. So rewarded for playing the Sorcerer last turn, I guess. Got an extra damage, spent my mana more efficiently. But this game's going to be really tough. I think the opponent's deck is very good. If they just play Chameel again, yeah, come on. I can't... I don't even think I have a Shatter in my pool. They played 5/5 on turn 4 into Chameel turn 5. I think they did that twice. We could beat it the first time, but not so much with the second, I don't think. Okay, they just hit a Border Post. That just ramps them, thankfully. It's not too crazy. Go ahead and ping them. We do need to draw land to trade the Sail back. We do draw land. Gain 3 life is nice. I don't think... I wish I could... maybe if I'd played Spontaneous Artist last turn, I could Sail back this turn. No, I think this is still right, because if I don't draw land, then the Artist gives me some equity. I think I'm just supposed to try to block and trade, and it's probably not going to go very well. They only have 2 cards in hand. They just happen to have this stupid, unbeatable foil rare. What is with the foil rares for the opponent? Alright, they just play like Unleash Shell. I basically lose. Yeah. Alright, take the damage. Guess we're double blocking with 3/3s here. Just play a random X1. Okay, Sparring Caller. That's actually a big problem for me. Let's see what they cascade into first. Okay. Flip this. So the question now is, can we ever beat this 5/5? Guess I'm supposed to just play land and start attacking. I think I have to just basically try to race, even though I'm really far behind. When this becomes blocked, untap up to 3 lands you control. Well, I don't think they're going to block it. Guess we'll haste this up. Yeah, just can't multi-block the 5/5 because of Sparring Caller. At least not this turn. So, yeah, I think it makes the most sense to just hope we win a race, but we're going to need a lot of luck. Next turn we can cast Blazing Crescendo, but not this turn, I think. Okay, I mean, they're maybe out of gas. This guy can't block, I don't think, right? No. Wonder what they're up to here. Okay. That is a pretty big issue. I'm gonna have to start chumping stuff pretty soon. Actually, wait, I just used the Blazing Crescendo here, right? What does this do? If enchanted land would be destroyed instead. Yeah, okay. So I think I just have to use the crescendo on blocks. They didn't equip the sparring collar. Okay. That's an odd one. Do they know what this does? Okay. Sheesh, just a 6/6 off the top. I don't think I can beat that. How would I possibly survive this? It's like maybe I ping them this turn, next turn, that's 2 damage. Maybe Hovermere gets in there twice, like this. Actually, wait, are we kind of close ever here to surviving? What if I start with Blazing Crescendo on Hovermere? I could get super greedy and say, you didn't use Sparring Collar last turn, so what if I send this in, you block, and then I use Blazing Crescendo? But I don't want to play toward my opponent not knowing how their cards work. That feels like it's not going to go very well. So let's just see if there's any kind of miracle where this finds like another 2-drop or something. Okay, just a land. Definitely play it. So then 4 damage here. Then this is... So I have 2 damage. Even if I could do this, yeah, I think we're just going to be short here, sadly. Maybe I did have to play toward my opponent not knowing how their cards work. Do I have any better 2-drop I can find or anything? Find like a healer's headdress? I don't think that does it. So I guess I just die. Yeah, I think I'm pretty dead. So, I mean, we'll make them kill me here for sure. And they didn't even make their toxic guy. Alright, see what they do. This is very bad. So let's start by cycling this, targeting their face. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I actually have any outs here or not, but I'm pretty sure I have to throw away the pinger and go to 1. So we go block your 6/6 trample, or wait, what am I doing? If I'm gonna do that, I should just gain more life. So we'll go to not 1. We'll go to 3. And then we get 1 ping here, and then we get... We're actually really close. I don't think we have a way out, but this is significantly closer than it should have been. So we need to find something that deals 3. I guess we could find Favor of Jukai. That's like my best draw, probably. It might be my only draw. Alright, come on, Favor of Jukai. Runaway Boulder. Good, but not good enough. I don't think, at least. What if I can Runaway Boulder this and chump here? I'm trying to figure out whether or not I should be cycling this. How much mana does it cost? So this is 2 mana to channel, 2 mana to cycle, so that's 4 mana plus 3, so I do have enough. So the question is, do I try to give myself another turn of living by chumping again? Like, it's very easy for them to kill me. I think I should just cycle. We either hit it or we don't. Okay. Ether Herder. I think that means I die. Yeah, like, I don't know. They haven't done stuff that's really made sense to me, but I think if they do basically anything here, at this point, I think I'm dead. So we can scoop it up now. Very, very close, considering, like, they went turn 4, 5/5, turn 5, Camille. Or Camille, or however you pronounce that thing. That was, like... That was extremely close, despite that. It helped that they didn't use their collar. I wonder if they remembered they had it. I don't have any shatters or anything, right? No. Actually, what if we... Oh, I think this is maybe a Telgelab Life Breather matchup. Might sound kind of crazy, but let's take out Jund Sojourners. Try to breathe some new life into this. Do think we have to play first, unfortunately. I wonder if it would have been better if I... Okay, not an amazing hand, but I do think I have to keep. Trying to figure out, like, maybe if I went... Let's see what we draw here, too, by the way. Because if I draw a Mountain, I'm more likely to want to go 2/2 into 3/2. Haywire Might. Okay, that doesn't actually do anything, though. Yeah, I think I just try to go 2/2 into 3/2 here. I could have gone Spontaneous Artist into Lathnu Sailback. That's the thing that I might have been able to do. This, I mean, this is looking pretty promising. Just hit you for 5 and you kind of mulliganed here. Like, this doesn't exile creatures. I wonder if they go for the block on the Predation thing and then try to exile this and then it doesn't. Yeah, that's exactly what they're up to. Or, yep. The old reading the card explains the card. Ouch. So they did gain 2 life, sort of 4 life. Cycle that. Do nothing. So here we're just going to... trying to figure out which creature to cycle the Sojourners onto. I think in this matchup, we're just supposed to cycle onto the bigger one. We get the card anyway, thankfully. Okay, no lands, but opponent's at 13. They do have lands. Jeez, that's a good one. Okay, thankfully we draw land. I think I'm just going to use my +3/+3 here and play my Hovermere, probably. Questions whether the Predation Steward gets in. I think the answer is no. Wait, they paid a bunch of life to do this. What if I just put the favor on this and just say, now I have a 7-power guy? Sounds kind of stupid, but I think this is maybe a stupid matchup. Try to bop you? Apparently that was a game-winning play, or a match-winning play even. It's all about that Phyrexian mana, I guess. Pay the life, and then you never get it back. Not even with the Haywire Might. I'm pretty surprised we won that match. The opponent, well, they made some interesting plays, and, you know, clearly they misread their Haywire Might, but they had much better cards than I did, with the exception of my 4-mana 6/6, which is pretty ridiculous. Pigeon Wings, I think this is a pretty good player. we'll keep this hand. We can actually hit the additional land drop with the Azusa's Many Journeys, so that'll be an achievement unlocked for me. Wouldn't be surprised if I lose to a good player here with a mediocre deck, but so far my mediocre decks are doing well, so anything's possible. Nice rare land flex. Oh, they're playing a bunch of colors. They're up to some nonsense here, it seems. Okay, we might be able to cast the 7-mana version of the Blitz Automaton in this game. Sure, Palladium Mirror's pretty good. Yeah, they're definitely up to some nonsense. I don't think I have a good chance against nonsense, by the way. Probably a bad matchup. That's... okay, they're going deep. That's very much okay with me. We're gonna cycle this Sojourners right away. See if we hit some action, assuming we draw, yeah, like a land here. So we're just looking for anything. Find like a 2-drop perhaps. Or 6-drop. This is pretty funny. This card I think is pretty bad. Well, maybe not terrible, but not very good even in original Mirrodin. And they're making it work here. Okay, they do have the Charmed Sleep. Could be in trouble, perhaps. I'm not going to spend the Runaway Boulder here. They are on 3 spells in hand. Okay, we are on lots of lands. I hope they just play something nice and juicy for me to hit with this boulder. And then I can play my Blitz Automaton. Yeah, here comes the Palladium Mirror into... Oh, geez. Okay. I wish I could hit that with the boulder. And with +2 mace. Yeah, we're going to be in trouble here. Am I allowed to pass again? I can get the 6/4 down. What if I just make them answer the 6/4? Just cast this sucker. I do lose a lot of life. I take like 7 damage for this play. I think I just wait. Obviously they know I have something. I can't outrace them if I'm taking like 7 damage. Spot Orthopter, okay, pretty good. Yeah, I mean, we're probably just dead regardless. Okay, that's all I wanted to see. I'm even going to see if they will pay an energy here. Yeah. So we take 2 instead of 7 or whatever. I mean, we weren't going to take 7 this turn, but still. Get their lifelinker out of there, and we draw more lands. So we're very, very dead here. We do get to bop them for 6. However, it's not the most exciting bop for 6. Should probably see some +2 mace equips. They do have to wonder if I can somehow kill them. Like, a Gruul deck does threaten a lot more damage than an Esper deck in general. Okay, they don't care if I can kill them or not. We're going to make this play. I go down to 3, which means I die unless I top deck, which I don't think I'm going to do. We do have 2 cool ether creatures, but we're also just dead. Don't love that. They actually have a pretty awesome number of artifacts. Every permanent they played except for, or permanent they cast except for Charmed Sleep was an artifact. So, more power to them for that. Is there anything I can do to avoid just dying? Probably not. I think I just run it back. Just hope to not draw like 9 lands or something there. Okay. It's almost reasonable. It's really hard for me to get the perfect combination of land drops for my 4 drops, but then not flooding out to death. Okay, this is good actually. So now if I just draw 1 land, I get the turn 3 6/6, which should be extremely good. Please land. Please land. Land. Yes, thank you. Thank you, game. Took pity on me. Please no Charmed Sleep. That's part 2. The good news is like, okay, Palladium Mirror, that's fine. Yeah, we should be more or less chilling now, I think. Loot that away, why not? No attacks. Land, we don't even need it. Trying to figure out where to put the Rosethorn Halberd. I could just try to hit them for 8. The Doorbuster's going to come down either way. It does seem pretty good to try to hit them for 8, I think. Is this a human? This wouldn't be a human. Oh, it is a human. Okay, well, I literally can only auto-equip it in one place. Oh, I thought it was 8, but it's only 7. That's right, because it, yeah, whatever. Not the most efficient thing we've ever done, but we're still in trouble here. We can re-equip Papercraft Decoy, okay? And a +2 mace. Yeah, I think this more or less kills them. So we get to Favor of Jukai here. Prevent this from blocking. Or actually we could... Well, we'll see what they do. But I think we do just go for the Favor of Jukai. Yeah, now my stuff is hexproof as well. What if I just re-equip, actually? Is that just better? I think the damage right away is better instead. I can just re-equip next turn. And all my stuff is hexproof, which is like pretty ridiculous. Just make sure I'm doing this right. Put you to 3, assuming you have nothing. All right, that looks good. Should probably play my land. and pass. I have some cards that draw cards, cards that exile my top card of the library and stuff, so. What if I just make some enormous guys and try to smack you with them? That is the question I've asked my opponent. They have this, which does keep them alive, I think. But not really. Oh, I think this kills them. So just double check. Yeah, because I just prevent one of their guys from blocking, and then that's it. Okay, cool. All right. Gruul Idiots versus my opponent's sophisticated Esper Artifacts deck with Riddlesmith and Irradiate. I can't help but admit that what they're doing is cool, but they're still the villain in my eyes. Classic Esper versus Gruul battle was always meant to be. I don't think we're very likely to be favored in this matchup, especially on the draw, especially without a turn 3/6/6 or whatever that was. So I don't know, at least we got our one game in. I think I just run it back. John Sojourners and the Pinger looking significantly better in this matchup, by the way. Keep this. Probably supposed to hover mirror on turn 2, unfortunately, in this matchup. Opponent has too many 2/1s and stuff. Wow, the Tortoise, the best card in our deck. Graces us with its presence yet again. Okay, a little strange if they have no 2-drop. I think it's still the hover mirror somehow. Maybe that's not true. I don't know, because like they're fairly likely to play Palladium Mirror. Let's just run this out, whatever. I assume they can never block with Palladium Mirror. Okay, well we got rewarded, but not the way I expected. Have to make sure I don't trick myself into thinking I have pack tactics with this Bedrock Tortoise. There's the Spotter Thopter, the brick wall against me. I have my choice of 5-drop Chonker as the follow-up here. I don't think I'm allowed to play a combat trick, even if I draw one this turn. I think I need to just jam this Tortoise. I guess I'm supposed to play Bastion Mastodon as the 5/5 here on the following turn. Just need to draw some combat tricks or something. I don't know. We've been drawing pretty hot, I guess, so. Can they answer the Bedrock Tortoise? That is the question. Papercraft Decoy. That is a no. What they can do is draw a bunch of cards. Draw a card from the decoy, draw 2 cards from the implement. Almost makes you wonder why they didn't crack the implement beforehand. They just take it. That's unexpected. Feels like they have a counter spell. I don't know if that matters or not. I'm just going to play this anyway. They had a Newell? Okay. Well, it's definitely a punish. It's one of my only cards that gets a Newelled. This does basically trade with their board. Oh wow, just Healer's Headdress. Now they can't get in. Or can't block it, I should say, because this is 7 power for them there. Actually, we got rewarded for tapping them out of the Annual. looking to be in good shape somehow after all. I think this is... Oh, wait. Oh, did I mess up there? Oh, shoot. I think I did mess up. I mean, I can still fix it. What I'm supposed to do is prevent 2 damage to this. Yeah. So I messed up. I needed to... Okay. Sure. I think I now just pass. Draw 2 cards. Feels like they're in major trouble. Like, my stuff having hexproof on my turn is so big. I think I make the same attack here, probably. Okay. It feels like they have a Wrath. So I guess I pass. Wow, they just scoop. All right. Miraculously 2-0 with this Gruul deck. Sometimes a 4-mana 6/6 is just really big. Okay, and we got paired against Fanny the Pussycat. Not familiar with this opponent. Pretty reasonable hand. Cycle of Glass Dust Hulk. Okay, I think it's turn 2 Azusas. Yeah, it's got to be turn 2 Azusas for me here. This does make it a little trickier, but I think this is still best. That's annoying. I'm a little bit worried I'm going to click through my turns somehow, so just do that. And then Spontaneous Artist just trades for this. We can just do that later. I think in the meantime we just play 2 guys. Then next turn we can actually Spontaneous Artist, get the pack tactics going. Wonder if they just hit for 4. Okay, they do. We'll take it, and then we've got some pack tactics here. Let's see what they have. Ooh, an Arcbound Ravager. That's scary. This is nice, though. This means I get to start hasting up my stuff. I think I just send in the likeness. This is going to be a close one already, I can tell. They just take it. That's okay. Terrifying. Now we can haste a Doorbuster, which might be incredibly strong. Opponent is basically on all gas here. Because it's turn 5. They missed their land last turn. Let's see what they do. Maybe just send in the Envoy. Yeah, just get me for another 4. Okay, no blocks. Chrome Steed. I think that's gotta be prevented from blocking here, probably. Wow, what a sick draw. This might kill them. Okay. We shouldn't die here, probably. Haste you up. Send in the clowns. Hit the Chrome Steed. Wow, they just scoop. Oh my god, let's go. Up a game in the finals with this Gruul deck, you guys. Yes, not Gruul, then die indeed. Oh my gosh, I did not think this deck had what it takes to even get to this point. We can still lose. But man, it feels good. Okay. Alright, let's see if we get there. Good hand. Any hand with Bedrock Tortoise is pretty freaking broken. And Ether Chaser, great. Here's a Leaden Mirror, not a huge surprise. I'm really glad I didn't blunder the one Healer's Headdress turn before. I should have done the math, but it was fine. Ended up being fine, that is. Okay, main phase Paratrooper and an Aspirant, sure, so they're gonna grow it. Okay, it works for me. Don't think they're allowed to block. Okay, we do need to draw land extremely badly in this spot. Okay, my guy does have first strike, though. Here we're just going to Healer's Headdress and pass. Please draw land. Please, a land. What? They just scoop? I can't believe we did it, you guys. With this Gruul deck. And we're now the undisputed trophy leader. Take that, Constant Nose. Wait, that's a new PR. 1965. hope everybody is enjoying the stream. Make sure to leave a follow. A bunch of people have joined the Discord lately, which is awesome to see. But please do show some support to the stream as well, if you're willing to do so.